What's up everyone, it's Logan here, and today I'm going to be talking about the new Call of Duty coming out from Treyarch this year, Black Ops 4. I just wanted to talk to you guys about everything that we know so far, including some leaks and some interviews from Jason Blundell, the creator of Call of Duty Zombies and one of the senior executive producers over at Treyarch. Now, Call of Duty works in a 3-year cycle, so each year it rotates. Activision obviously owns the whole thing, but it rotates from Treyarch to Blizzard to Infinity Ward, and then all the way back to Treyarch. So since we've gone 2 games without a Treyarch game, Black Ops 4 should be coming out this October. Now, first off, I just wanted to say that I don't personally believe that the game will be called Black Ops 4. I think it'll be called Black Ops with a word after it, and I'm not 100% sure. We don't know enough about the game to be able to predict what that might be, but I think it'll be something like how Battlefield did Battlefield Hardline, or even all the way back at Battlefield Heroes. So now that I've talked to you about most of that, I'd like to step into the multiplayer aspect of the game and see what we already know about that. Now first, I just want to get out of the way that it is highly likely that Treyarch will decide to add supply drops into the newest Call of Duty. It has been a huge part of almost every game that has come out since probably around 2014. The game companies are just trying to earn more money, and that just seems like a logical way to do so. I don't necessarily agree with this, but it's the direction almost every game company is headed, and it kind of strays more away from playing the game to unlock content versus pay to play, which is a little saddening, but I think we can get through it. A few months ago, Treyarch released a job listing about Black Ops 4, and they said they needed someone with modern military expertise. This kind of gives us a hint into what the new Call of Duty will be based around, but we can't make assumptions. The last true modern game we were given was Modern Warfare 2, and that was one of the most successful Call of Duty games ever. Personally, I've been very disappointed with the maps of the past 2 Call of Duties, and I feel like they could have been very much improved, especially in World War II. I believe all maps except for Gustav Cannon are just boring, plain, 3-lane gunfight maps, and I feel like that could really be improved with Black Ops 3, and it will be a huge success to the community if they can come out with maps that are engaging and different. In previous Call of Duties, knowing the map can help you better your strategy against your enemy, and rather than just running around the middle of the map with the VMP and destroying everybody. Moving on to the other half of the community, I believe that zombies can be majorly improved for coming of Black Ops 4. I think it has a lot of potential, and I think it could be one of the greatest zombie game modes of all time. Jason Blundell, who has been put as the overseer of the Treyarch Call of Duty Zombies series, has expressed much interest in continuing Gobblegums for the new game, which I don't necessarily like or hate. I feel like Gobblegums are a good addition to the game and they can kind of help you out, but I feel like it's also paying for Liquid Divinium and making it more pay to play, which gives those big name players and the YouTubers more of an easier way to get those high round strategies by just using immolation or profit sharing. It's just really not the greatest mechanism, but it's good for, I guess, the regular old players who want to use classic Gobblegums and don't just spam Perkaholics whenever they start a new game. And I feel like if those were kind of added more and more classic Gobblegums rather than just all Perkaholics and shopping freeze, that would kind of improve the game a little bit. And now for the most important topic in this video, will there be PhD Flopper? PhD Flopper is one of the community's most beloved perks, and it simply hasn't returned in Black Ops 3 as it has in previous Call of Duty games. PhD Flopper provides an interesting mechanic because when you shoot explosive weapons or grenades, they do not injure you at all, and it also doesn't affect fall damage. This was very useful in maps like Die Rise, or even on Town, where you could simply pack-a-punch the starter pistol to get Mustang and Sally, and then you could just shoot zombies that were right in front of you and take absolutely no damage. I know there wasn't any PhD Flopper on Town, but it would still be a useful perk to have. When asked about PhD Flopper, Jason Blundell said that it needed to be introduced the same way it was in previous games, and it needed to be introduced as a mechanism that can improve the game or make certain weapons balanced. As an example, in Black Ops 3 the mystery box was usually a pretty good gamble. You wouldn't get too many difficult guns, and even right now with the XM53, I simply just killed this Panzer with nothing but the rocket launcher, and it's really overpowered to use all the guns in the game, especially if you took no explosive damage. On Origins, the XM53 is one of the greatest weapons for taking out the Panzer, unless you have like the Ray Gun Mark II or something along that caliber, but they're all pretty good weapons that you can get out of the mystery box in Black Ops 2, and it's just to make certain weapons more favorable than others. Now at this point, we've kind of exhausted everything that we've learned from Treyarch. The small amount that we do know is really pretty helpful to us at this point, but we don't know a lot about the game. And right now, I want to kind of go into the zombie storyline a little bit and just some speculation that I have personally about it. I could have expected a lot more from Zombies Chronicles, and it really didn't have the one map that I think everyone in the community was expecting it to have, which is Mob of the Dead. Mob of the Dead is one of the most confusing maps, as it has a very, very off storyline. Like, it doesn't really feel like it fits in with the rest of the story. I mean, it doesn't have the main four characters, and it's kind of an interesting thing to play in the afterlife. It's a little confusing of a map, and I feel like if that were to be remastered, it would kind of confuse the story even more. So I feel like for our next game, I feel like if Mob of the Dead weren't not even to be remastered, but if we were to have those characters, it would really improve the game a lot. And as much as everyone loves to play as Nikolai, Tank Dempsey, Takiao, and Richtofen, they really need to move away from that. We've played for them for the past few games, and not that it's starting to get old, but I feel like they're exhausting their options for this storyline, especially with the way they kind of cut it off at the end of the Revelations Easter egg, where they kind of turned it into a cycle of sorts. Overall, I feel like the community has started to move less towards high rounds and even more towards Easter eggs and the main storyline, and I feel like if Treyarch really decides to improve this game a lot, especially with the storyline and Easter eggs, if they can go hardcore with this, I think we can see a really, really good Zombies game, maybe even the best of all time. And that's just going to about wrap up the video. I'm going to try to put out more content like this as we get closer to the release of Black Ops 4, but thank you all for watching.